Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got some creepy reading recommendations for you. Alright, so since, we're getting in the spirit of Halloween, I figured I'd give you guys some of my favorite creepy reads that I've read over the last couple of years. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Zodiac House. This one was super creepy. It's about this girl Willow and her mom Dinah who moved from Florida to Portland to kind of like an upscale neighborhood in like a little bungalow on somebody's property. And there's this mysterious mansion like at the end of the lane that nobody knows anything about. It's kind of creepy. It's old. There's like these weird Zodiac themed statues that kind of guard the gates, and it's just super creepy. And Willow follows her curiosity about this house that has a dubious past and like, kind of maybe ends up murdered. And this book follows everything up through to when Willow is murdered and figure out why she died, who all's involved. It's like the creepy mystery thriller. There's witches involved somehow. It's a thriller with like paranormal elements mixed in there. It's so good. And I have a book review for this one, so I will leave that linked up in the corner if you guys want to watch it. But this is like one of the best like creepy, like keep you up at night YA mystery thriller paranormal books. It's so good and it's very creepy. The next book in today's recommendation is going to be The Hearts We Sold. This one is about Dee, and she is kind of out of options. Her home life sucks. She's about to get booted out of her boarding school. Like, this is a world where demons exist and you can sell them bits and pieces of your body or your soul or whatever to get whatever you want. And then a demon approaches Dee one day while she's at the hospital, and he doesn't trade in the usual arms and legs or toes or whatever. He deals in heart. And then, Dee sells her heart and makes this deal, and then, the things that come after that are like a nightmare. And this book is so good. I think I have a review for this one. I don't remember because it's been so long since I've read it. If I do, I will link it in the corner. This is just such an interesting book, and it doesn't go the way that you think it should, but it's really good. If you're into like paranormal, supernatural, making deals with the devil, this is definitely the one for you. So the next book is going to be The Bone Houses. This book was so good, and like it's kind of like a fairy tale mixed with like creepy necromancy magic. It's so good. This follows Ren, and she is a grave digger, and in this world they live at the edge of this like magical fae forest. And if you don't bury people properly, they don't always stay dead. Especially if they are killed within the forest, they don't stay dead. And so you get these creepy skeletons and walkers and animated skeletons that come through the forest into the village and are just super creepy. And the only way to like defeat them is to burn them. It's so creepy, but also so good. And then one day Ellis, who is a map maker, kind of stumbles upon this town while he's just trying to make a map, and Ren and Ellis team up to go and figure out what's causing the bone houses and to maybe find Ren's father, who is a miner that died within the forest. But this book is so good, and it's also very creepy. There's also an undead goat, so it's so good. Okay, so the next book that I'm going to recommend is going to be The Price Guide to the Occult. I know this one has quite a like split, people either love it or hate it kind of thing going on. This follows Nora Blackburn and the Blackburn family, and Nora just wants to live an unremarkable teenage life. So then her mother, who has been like a deadbeat mom and left her with her grandmother, comes out with this mysterious little book called The Price Guide to the Occult. It's basically a price guide for spells and what it's going to cost you to have her perform the spell for you. And everything just kind of starts taking a darker and darker turn until the island's flora and fauna are basically like rebelling against this price guide and Nora's mother and like attacking people. And it's just so good. It's very strange. It's very much like Sabrina from Netflix. It's very dark, but also very like interesting, and just is one of the best like spooky kind of books that I've ever read. It's so good. All right, and then we are on to the last book in today's recommendation, which is probably the spookiest out of the ones in this recommendation video. It's probably one of the creepiest books too, actually. We are doing creepy books, so this one is like the epitome of creepy, and that would be The House of Salt and Sorrows. So this follows Annalie, and she lives a very sheltered life in in a manor by the sea with her sisters and her stepmother, and like this is kind of a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses. You know, one by one all of these sisters start dying, and like under mysterious causes. It gets more and more tragic as it goes on. Like there's starting to be whispers about the family being cursed, and Annalie becomes increasingly disturbed by a series of ghostly visions that she has. You know, eventually the girls start sneaking out to go to these parties every night, and they're dancing their nights away, and it just becomes creepier and creepier and creepier, and there may or may not be these weird gods involved or these eldritch horror type creatures. It's amazing. It's creepy. Would not recommend reading at night. Alright, so that is it for my creepy Halloween reads for you guys. What's one of your favorite creepy reads? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already, and would like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!